Hey, welcome to Common Progressions. This is going to be from the Guitar Daily Workout Week 1, System 1, and this is going to be the pentatonic. Okay, so now the pentatonic scale that we're learning is the C form of the pentatonic. And if you're watching this without watching the first in this series, the first of the exercises, I would go through and watch the arpeggio exercise. It's going to explain what we're going to do in these things, but basically I'm going to show you how to apply the scales in the Guitar Daily Workout and pressure test them against real improv stuff so that you have to like put it into your brain. This is a little bit like if you're learning the martial arts and you learn a certain move, then you got to go spar and you try the certain move and you can't do it. You know, you get clocked. It's just how these things work. But eventually, if you work the move, you eventually start landing that move. And then eventually you program it into your muscle memory in a way that's not just the move itself that you're doing, but in a flow of other ideas, you're able to do it. Or I use the example of language. Same thing, you might learn grammar, phrases, vocabulary, but eventually you want to be able to speak. Like I'm speaking right now, I don't know what I'm going to say, but I know the language, so I know how to use it. So my synapses fire and stuff comes out, and it makes hopefully some sort of sense. And that's how we work with improvisation as well. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we learned the major pentatonic scale. Now, this is a super important thing. The major pentatonic and the minor pentatonic are the same scale. It just depends on the note you're starting on. So if I play the major pentatonic, there's my major pentatonic. And if I start on this note here, my B note down a third, there's my minor pentatonic. It's the exact same thing. D major pentatonic and B minor pentatonic are the exact same pentatonics as far as notes. The only thing that is different if I'm playing over a D chord, that's a D major pentatonic. If I play the same notes, but land on that, or playing over the B minor, it's a B minor pentatonic. Okay, now that's going to be super important in a whole lot of different ways. Hopefully that clicked the light bulb for some of you. Some of you have been doing this forever, so you know what what that is already. But we're going to start off. We're going to play this major pentatonic that you've practiced all week in the Guitar Daily Workout. And then we're going to move this up to the E minor pentatonic. So we're going to go here. It's the exact same shape as this, but the guitar is a transposing instrument. If you play the G major pentatonic and just started on the note E, it's the same pentatonic. So we're going to move then, we're going to go from the D major chord to the E minor chord using this E minor pentatonic. And then it goes to the chord G, and we're going to do the G pentatonic in the same position. All right, let me just play a little bit of that so you get an idea of the sound of it. All right, so this is going to be D major, E minor, G major. So I'm going to do D major pentatonic. Now, I'm going to take that exact same progression, but you want to phrase with these things and make it musical. Now, a couple things that will help you on the musicality part. First of all, you can play little tiny areas. The other thing that you can do is whatever phrase you play, try to bookend those phrases. So let's say I did... You hear I just answered myself. So I did a question and an answer. That makes it musical right away. The other things that you can do if you're a little bit more advanced player, you can use this as a bend note and this note. Those are bend notes and they work in both positions over these chords. Let me play that for you. All right, now, if you're a newer player at this, limit yourself on the amount of notes that you're playing. So maybe you just stay on the top two strings. So I could do something like this. You notice I put bends in there and I put some slides in there. Those always make it good and they make it musical. And then you can start to expand to 3 strings. And any phrasing goes, so you don't just have to go up and down the scale. But you could do... And so whatever note combination you want, and that's what's actually going to program this in your brain. All right, the last thing for you more advanced players, you can sort of set rhythmic stuff for it. So you could start it off with like quarter notes. So 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 triplet. Eighth note. Eighth note. Triplet. 16th. And then what I'd say is do little phrases and push yourself. The other thing you may want to try is if you do a phrase, wherever you're at, on whatever string you're at, go to the exact same shape on the same string. And that'll sort of like help your brain to see these patterns a little bit more. But you're free to do whatever you want as far as phrasing. Just keep it with the pentatonics only. Of course, you know, the arpeggios are part of the... You'll see them in that pentatonic as well, so feel free to use those as well. All right, so we're going to jump in now. It's your turn to improvise. Grab that guitar, and we're going to do your pentatonics for about 5 minutes.